Hey there, folks. Foggy here. Welcome to day 191 of my year of solo board gaming. Considered by many to be ill-advised and stupid, and we have yet another small box game. A little bit less larger box than the last one. This is called Solar Storm by Aidan Lothar. I had not heard of this game before until I saw it at the game store the other day, and decided, you know what, this looks like the sort of game that I'd like to play. And I've given a quick run through, and yeah, I mean, I'm not sure how many games I'm actually going to play of this. Um, it's interesting. It's got its charms. We are playing the solo mode. We're playing this on easy as possible, so we've got some help here. The way that this is set up is that you are commanding three people on a ship in the energy core, and you are responsible for trying to get all of these other rooms, which are randomly laid out around the energy core, diverted back to the energy core. Once you get all eight of them diverted, you use one more action to reactivate the energy core, and you win. To divert the energy, you have to play three cards matching these ones in the upper right here. And basically, once you do that, you put one of these little energy diverted things on it, and that shows you that you've completed that room. However, throughout the game, you're going to be experiencing damage on the ship, and these will take away these little cubes on the side here. And if you ever run out of cubes on any one particular room, you lose the game. So in addition to diverting the energy, you also have to make sure that you're repairing damage as things go along. And things will get hairier as the game progresses, because in the beginning you'll only get like one damage per room. However, as things progress, you'll start to get two damage and then three damage. You are responsible for gathering resources, which can be one of several different types, and there's a universal resource that covers all of them. And the number of universal resources in the deck determine how easy the game is. And we're playing this on the easiest level. You also have three actions. However, you can save actions. So if you use two, you get one of these little +1 action icons. Each of the rooms have specific things that you can do. So, for example, swap a card from your hand with one from the discard pile. However, the room has to be fully fixed first. So, if you go to the armory, you can't do the armory action until you actually fully fix it. You do not have to fix things in order. So, if these two are missing here, you could theoretically fix this one first and then this one. You are not beholden to go in a certain order on those. In addition, if the energy has been diverted, it is a lot easier to fix the room, because if you fix any one of them, you get to fix the entire room, I believe. I should probably check that, because I've only played this once, and I feel like that is correct. Just going through, repair a room. Just checking really quickly. You can only divert power in a room that has been fully repaired, so that is something else too. Yeah. So yeah, once you divert power from a room, then any attempt to repair any one spot will repair all the spots. However, since you can't have all three spots empty, you're really only saving one action. So something to keep in mind. The way that the actions will go is that we will do three actions. Move, and you can only move orthogonally, so like that. Repair a room, activate a room, divert a room, scavenge, share resources, and save actions. Now, we don't have to worry about sharing resources. We have a limit of 6 resources that we can gather at any one time, but is a shared resource for all 3 players. Once that is done, then there are 2 additional steps. One is that you take resources. You either take one from the top, one face-up card, and I'll show you that in a moment. I think we're actually supposed to have one face-up card as is, so like that. You can either take one face-up card or 2 face-down cards. However, if you ever run out of resources in this pile, game ends. You lose. And then you damage the ship as part of Phase 3. So it's a little pandemic-like in that respect. In addition, to start off with, we're going to draw 2 cards from the bottom, and these cards represent our initial damage. Then we're going to place this here. If we do get all the way through the damage deck and we're still alive, then we have this hull breach thing here, which will make things even worse. And hopefully it will not come to that. But first we're going to do the damage on these 2 cards. So the first one is that we will experience some damage to the bridge. We will damage the medical bay, the mess hall, the engine room, the armory, and the cargo hold. So rather coincidentally, 1 damage for each of 6 rooms, and 2 of the rooms are currently undamaged. We're going to put this over here, sort of slightly out of the way. And we draw from the bottom to do those first 2, but now we're just going to get 1 damage per room. So our first character is going to move. This is the order that we're going to go in. You use in the solo mode, you're going to use the player action cards that match the color. So red will go first, then yellow, then blue. There's no difference between the characters. It literally is just simply, that's what they're listed as. The first thing that we could do is we should probably try to repair either medical bay or armory, because those will be more difficult to get. Now we don't have a blue to finish the repair there, so I think I'm going to send red 1, 2. That's 2 of our moves. And then we're going to use a metal, and we're going to go ahead and repair that. And that is all I can really do. So now we're going to go to phase 2. Now I can choose to take 1 off the top here, so I can take another metal, or 2 off the top here. We're going to take 2 off the top because I do want to try to see if I can get a blue. I could not get a blue. That's unfortunate. So now we're going to go to the damage action. We draw damage, and the cargo hold is going to experience some damage. Now this is a concern because now the cargo hold has 2 damage, and we sort of need to get over there and fix it. So we move this along to indicate that we're now on yellow. Yellow's going to go. It's 1 to move, and then we'll go ahead and do 2 repair actions on here to get this fixed. And now we're going to go draw 2 resources. Oh crap, I don't really need all these nanobots. And then we're going to do damage. Repair center gets damage for 1. It's unfortunate. That's difficult to get to. For blue, blue's going to head here, and we're going to go ahead and use this nanobot to go repair. And I think what I want to do is take a look at the next. I can actually do this action. So you can only do the action in a room if you have fully repaired that area. I could also just save an action for the next turn. But I think I'm going to go ahead and use the bridges, look at the next 3 damage card, put them back in any order. That way I get to know what's coming up. And what's coming up is the bridge, could get 1 more damage, crew, and engine room. Well, crew quarters is currently undamaged. Bridge is now undamaged. I think I'm going to put engine room last. Give ourselves a little breathing room. And we'll go ahead and do it that way. So now we're going to go ahead and do our action. We're going to draw 2, or we take 1 off the top. We'll draw 2. Because I kind of want to get out of these nanobots. It's not really that helpful. And then we're going to experience 1 damage on the bridge. All right, off to red. Red, take 2 action tokens when starting in this room. And this will kick in because we actually have that, because the room is fully repaired. And we can now divert power, our first divert power, because we have a blue and 2 greens. And I'm going to do that. That seems like a really smart move. That is 1 action to divert power. Power is now diverted, and I'll go ahead and place that there. My second action, I feel like I should head to the engine room as my second action. As my third action, I'm going to scavenge. Now, scavenge means that you're going to roll this dice, and if it comes up 3, 4, or 5, you take 1 card off the top. If it's 6, you take 2 cards off the top. And I kind of want to get a blue, because if I can get a blue, then I'll use my 4th and 5th action to repair and divert. Okay, so that's a 4, so I'll draw 1. It's not a blue, unfortunately. I don't get to do that. So my feeling is that repairing is going to be, I think the crew quarters is what gets damaged next, and then the engine room. So I don't think I'm going to do anything else. I'm going to save my 2 actions for later. I'll draw 2 cards off the top. Let me just take a look at the energy here. I'm going to, no, I can't really do that. I could use this to repair it, and then no, I don't think that's going to make it. No, that's not a good idea. We're going to draw 2 from here. We have another universal, and we have another nanobots. I don't need all these nanobots. Oh my god, what's going on? Crew quarters. We already knew that. Okay. So, cargo hold, as an action, I could take a look at the next 5 resource cards and put them back in order. I could also head to the engine room. I know that the next thing that's going to happen is that the engine room is going to sustain some damage. So I don't think that it really helps. I'm just looking for where to go here. I think I'm going to head up to the mess hall. 1, 2, and repair the mess hall. 3, we'll get rid of a nanobot. And at this point, all I can really do is take one off the top of the deck, or take one here, or take 2 here. I don't want to take one here, because I don't really want that nanobot back. But I can't take 2 cards, because then I just have too many. I think once you get up to 7, you can choose what to get rid of. Yeah, discard resource cards of your own choice. So we're going to take 2 off the top. We get metal and metal. We will go ahead and get rid of a nanobot. And we'll take some damage. And this time it's going to be the engine room, as we already knew. All right, and I've been forgetting to move that along, but now we're on blue. So blue, I can have repair that. Part of me is thinking that I should go ahead and repair this. I'd have to use these 3 cards, though. And I'm a little worried, because if I get another engine room, I'm dead. So I've done the repair. I will go ahead and use these 3. I'll put them in this order, so that way I can take one off the top and I'll be good. And that will divert power. So 2 of our rooms are now done. And in addition, I'm going to use the power of the room, which is take a look at the next 3 damage cards, put them back in any order. So had I not done anything, Armory would have been next. Mess Hall and Medical Bay. We'll go ahead and have Medical Bay be next, and then Armory be last. All right. And so that's the end of my turn. I'll get 2 resources, or 1 off the top here, 2 off the top there. I'll take that one, because that's obviously universal. That's a good thing. And then I'm going to do damage to the Medical Bay. All right, so we're off to number 1 again. So now what I can do is I'm going to go ahead and scavenge. Let's fix the room first. Let's get this room fully fixed. Then we're going to scavenge for 1. Failure. We're going to scavenge for 3. So our third action will be scavenge again. And we did failed. This is not good by any stretch of the imagination, but I don't see how this is really going to help. So I think I'm going to end my turn with the 2 actions still in play. I'm going to go ahead and take this off the top. And then we're going to deal some damage. And the damage is going to be to the mess hall, where this character already is. All right. So now I could use that to fix this, which I will do. And then roll this for scavenge. Again, failed. Roll a third scavenge. And get 1 card. This time I'll take it off the top here. It's a nanobot. Yay. Now I'll take 2 more cards off the top because now we are kind of hurting for cards. And then damage. And this time it's going to be the armory, which is over here, which is not looking good. All right, so now we're going to go to the blue character. The blue character is in an interesting situation. I think the blue character is going to go here. We're going to use 1 universal to repair. And then as the third action, we'll go ahead and do a divert power. So we'll need these 3 cards. We'll divert power. That is at least fixed. And that's it. I'll take 2 cards off the top because right now I have no cards whatsoever. And we'll draw for more damage. Bridge and cargo hold. So now we're up to 2 per each. So now it's going to get really nasty. All right, we're off to the red. Red is going to scavenge. 5. That's perfect. We're going to go ahead and divert power for 2. I'm a little worried about this room up here. I don't think there's anything I can really do. We'll go here for 3. I'm going to use my next 2 actions to try to... I'm going to use these 2 finally. Fail to scavenge. That cocked. All right, 1 card. That'll help. I finally used those 2 actions. And now I'm going to take 2 resources off the top of the deck. And we're going to go do some more damage. Repair center and cargo hold. So this is not looking good because the cargo hold definitely is starting to hurt. We'll go ahead and go 1 here. I'm going to use these 2 to repair, and that's pretty much all of my turn. But that does keep the armory from exploding. I'm going to grab 2 resources off the top here and then do some damage. Engine room and repair center. So that one and that one. All right, so fortunately in the repair center, I can use this to repair both. It's 1 action now because we've already diverted the power. In addition, I can do a repair to the cargo hold, which is really the next area that I'm worried about. And I'll go ahead and do it that way. I hate using a universal in that respect, but that's really the only thing I can do. So I think that was 1, 2... 1 to repair everything, a 2nd to repair this cargo hold, and then I could try to repair something else with the nanobots. I guess the bridge could be repaired, but I feel like that's not really that helpful. I think I'm going to try to scavenge and get that universal back. I rolled a 2, that failed. So I'm going to draw 2 off the top here. So this is another universal and this. So I should have been here on the blue. Now I'm back on the red. But before we do that, we're going to draw some damage. Engine room and medical bay. So this is looking worse and worse. Medical bay is going to get some damage. All right. So we're going to go 1. Use this to repair both. And we're going to go here and try to get this repaired on the next turn. But it's looking dangerous at this point. We're going to draw 2 resources, get metal and data, draw some damage. Crew quarters and mess hall. Crew quarters is looking bad. We'll now go over to yellow. I am going to place 2 protection tokens out. I'm in the armory, and the armory is fully protected at the current point in time. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the ability of the room to protect crew quarters and medical bay. What that will do is prevent any additional damage from happening for now. And you can put them both on the same room. I could put them here. I could put them here. Both here, both here. I could do it. I think I can do this again. What I'm going to do first, though, is I'm going to use these to basically divert power. And that is one more room. We've now got 5 of our 8 rooms done. And yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that. No, because you can only do it once. I'm sorry. You can only do it once. I'm going to scavenge, try to get a few more things. I rolled a 1, and so it didn't scavenge. I'll draw 2 cards off the top of the deck. We'll do some damage to the thing. Medical Bay and Crew Quarters. So Medical Bay, good thing I did that, and good thing I did that. Both of those got damaged. So the protection is gone, unfortunately. Actually, I should probably check to make sure that that's how that works. So I don't know if protection actually applies to the full round. Like basically if any damage to that spot. Yeah, okay, so that's exactly how that goes. Basically, it adds an additional, it basically helps out. So now we're going to go on to the blue character. Fortunately, I can use my character here to do 2 more repairs. But I think the first thing I'm going to do is try to scavenge. If I can scavenge the nanobots off, I'll do nanobots this room and data in that room. 3. Okay, I got a 3. I can scavenge this off the top of the deck. I will go ahead and use it. That will repair both of these. So this is now fully repaired again. And I'll go ahead and use this to repair the crew quarters. All right, I'll draw 2 cards off the top of the deck and then do some damage. Armory and Mess Hall. Armory is going to take 1 damage. Mess Hall is going to take some damage as well. And that's not good. Okay, so now we're going to go to red. Red could go up to Repair Center and then activate that to fix the Mess Hall. I think that might be what I have to do to keep it from getting completely destroyed. I'm going to be a little risky here. I'm going to go ahead and move over to the crew quarters and get this fixed. All right, so that's the end of that. I'm going to draw 2 more cards off the top here, and we're going to find out what our damage is. And Bridge and Armory are both going to take some damage. So Bridge and Armory are both of concern. So what I'll do with the yellow character now is, for this, I can repair both of the things on the Armory. I can then add 2 protection tokens as part of my next action. We'll do 1 for Mess Hall, 1 for Bridge. And then I think we'll go to Cargo Hold and get that fixed. So I repaired the Armory, I used its action, and then I moved. That's not going to make any sense. We're going to move here. And then we're going to take 2 cards off the top of the deck. Really need some reds. And we're going to do some damage. Bridge, engine room, and crew quarters. We're up to 3 now. So the crew quarters are going to get damaged. The engine room takes some damage. And then the bridge is going to take some damage, except we can do that. Just pull that off. When we come around to the protection again, when we come around to yellow, we will have to get rid of that. Looking at this, I will go ahead and repair. From here, I'll repair the bridge completely. Actually, I'll use the... I'm going to use this. No, I'll do the blue. And then I'll come here. What is the best way to do this? I'm going to use these 2. I'm going to continue to just basically use the room's power ability. I should really check to see if that is a one-time only thing, because I feel like I've just completely misplayed that now. Okay, can be used often as you want. All right, never mind. I'm doing it correctly. All right. So that got traded in. That's good. We're going to draw 2 cards, Energy and Universal, and we're going to get 3 more damage. Medical Bay takes 1 damage. Repair Center takes a damage. Armory takes a damage. Okay. Crew Quarters. I am going to scavenge because I really need to get a red here. That failed. I'm going to do that again. 6. All right. I'm going to take 2. Off the top here. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this yellow, this green. Sorry. Because I have to get rid of it now. So I scavenged twice. I was able to get enough resources to fix this. So we'll go ahead and fix this, and we'll leave that on top so that if power is diverted. I'm going to scavenge this Universal back, and then we do some more damage. This time it's to Crew Quarters. Armory, so that is not looking good, and Cargo Hold. All right, now we're on the yellow, and I apologize that I've not been moving this along. You just sort of get used to what you have to do. If I can scavenge 1, 2, I can do 2 repairs. It won't allow me to actually also this now disappears because it is the beginning of my turn. So I think what I need to do, I think these got ricocheted off. I apologize for that. I think I'm going to come back here. I'm going to use this blue to fix everything. And then I'm going to protect both Cargo Hold and Mess Hall. I'm going to draw 2 more from the resources deck. And we're going to do some damage. We're getting close to the point where I could potentially have the entire thing fall apart on me. Okay. So move to blue. Blue can use 1 metal. I think what I want to do is use the green to repair the repair center. Then scavenge, and I'm going to hope for a 3, 4, 5, or 6. Got a 6. I'm going to take 2 off the deck, top of the deck here. It's not what I wanted. I wonder if I can. No, I can split that. I'm sorry. I should have. We'll do a quick shuffle to make sure that that next is random. But you can do a split at that point. You can split and just take 1 off this and take 1 off this. So I did that. That's 1 and 2. And I think for 3, I'm going to use this to fully repair Crew Quarters so we don't lose that room. All right, so now we're going to draw some resources. I may as well take this. And then we're going to go do some damage. We are getting very close. Medical Bay is going to take 1. Cargo Hold loses its protection. Mess Hall loses its protection. All right, and we go to red. Red will go here. 1 to repair. 1 to transfer damage. Or divert control. Which is fine, but it's looking bad. We're going to take that one off the top. Take another damage. Engine Room takes 1 damage. Repair Center takes 1 damage. Mess Hall takes damage. And the ship has been destroyed. Sadly, the ship did not make it. We lost that Mess Hall. That was the only room that we had left to go. We came pretty close to finishing. And that's the game. It's interesting. It's a light game. I don't think there's a whole lot of strategy with this. It's not like you ever are going to be like, "What's my decision?" Well, fix things. Um, but I like it. It's cute. It's got a nice little setup. I don't know about the replayability of this. I think you'd probably get bored with it after a few times. Um, but I like it. It's got a nice feel to it. We didn't really get down to the hull breach. That would have been next. Had we actually survived this, I think then you have to basically do something with. I think this basically burns through your resources a little bit faster, and you can see like how many resources I went through versus how many more were still on the deck, and it's not a lot. So you probably would burn through them a little bit faster. But it's unfortunate. I would have liked to have won the game. It would have taken. I think we would have had to have repaired that. It would have taken 2 more turns essentially. We would have had to have finished repairing that. We would have had to get somebody into the energy core, and then you need 1 more action to activate the energy core. But overall, I enjoyed this game. It's fun. It's just obviously as the game progresses, the chances of winning drop precipitously because you are getting damaged left and right. The sooner that you can divert things from the center, divert things to the center, the better, because it'll make fixing rooms that much quicker. So, but that's the game, and thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you all tomorrow for day 192, provided I can remember that it's day 192.